Hi, beautiful soul. Welcome back to this week's episode. I am so grateful that you're here and to start to really dig into a powerful concept that I was just channeling when I was doing card pulls for my Instagram broadcast channel. So if you're not in that space yet, 10 out of 10 recommend it. I do weekly card pulls where I'm basically channeling guidance for your soul and you get to pick which card resonates with you most. They're face down, use your intuition, and then it allows you to really lean in and receive beautiful, potent messaging that you kind of just need that remembrance of for the week ahead. So if you haven't joined that channel, I 10 out of 10 recommend it. It's a lot of fun. And what was really beautiful that I was being guided into was around really starting to channel the energy around the energy of a launch and what that feels like and how to really allow for what it is that you desire to call in, whether it is selling X amount, bringing in this caliber of person, having X amount of people in the space, creating the biggest impact, all of the above. It's about really starting to tune into what makes a powerful launch from an energetic perspective and what has a stumble upon the way. And so, one of the fun things that I think is really important for us to tune into is my most successful launch to date was the last time that I had launched something. And the reason it was so successful was because I had so much fun doing it. I was in complete alignment the entire time. And the universe, God source universe, whatever higher power you're tuned into, wants you to lean in that direction. It wants to reward you for following your soul's deepest desire. And the way that we find out what our soul is desiring to create and lean into is how does that feel in your body? What is your path of highest excitement? That is quite literally your soul telling you that is in alignment with you because it feels good. And so when you follow the things that feel good, it allows for the universe to say, yes, your soul desires to build this way. Keep following this. It rewards you for following your soul. Now, sometimes the universe will block you from receiving the success, the numbers, the what it is that you desire if you are launching in an energy that is out of alignment, meaning many different things. That could mean, are you staying up until 2 a.m., 3 a.m., pushing, grinding, doing things in a way that is unsustainable, that frankly just doesn't feel good on your body, mind, or spirit? The universe doesn't want to reward that behavior because essentially what it's doing is it's saying, keep doing it that way. Yeah, keep following that path. It's the only way that it works. And so it's almost like it's validating what your soul doesn't want you to know, which is if you push, if you grind, if you stay up all night, if you do it in a way that isn't in alignment with you, but your coach told you to do it that way and it works, you're essentially telling yourself, oh, I should just bypass my intuition because other people know better. Or, oh, I should just bypass the fact that my body really needs sleep right now because apparently if I stay up till 3 a.m. sending emails and knocking out all of these creative assets and pushing and grinding, that's what works. So the universe is sometimes blocking our success if we are not in alignment with what is our highest truth and what feels best in our body. And so to circle back to that launch, why it was so successful was I was really tuned into my energy. First of all, I was so excited about what I was launching. I was like, I can't wait to birth this into the world. I'm so excited for the people that are stepping into this container. It's going to be so transformative. I'm so excited to hold this space for them. Like it feels so freaking good. And I had this intuitive knowing that the timing was exactly right. Like I was ready to fully lean in. I had all the energy I needed to fully lean in and support these people in this way. And so I was so excited. And when I was thinking about my own energy, when I personally get excited about something, the way that I like to share it is fast. So the Aries energy within me loves to move quickly and loves to do it in alignment with her soul. So for me, what that looks like is I was doing things like face to camera on Instagram, just sharing from my soul because that felt true for me. That felt really good because energetically, I like to go fast. I love to, and slow down in different ways. But when I'm in the energy of flow state and I'm ready to go, my energy moves very quickly. So for me, a video is amazing because essentially what I'm doing is I'm doing it in one take and I'm like, perfect. Like it doesn't need to be perfect, but it's exactly what I needed. The energy was there. I felt very aligned with it and I just post it and it's done in 2 minutes. right? So for me, that feels so good to do it that way. And what I was recognizing was there was a little egoic voice that was saying, Christina, you should be sending the emails though. Oh, wait a minute. This is what other people do, and they have a lot of success doing it that way. You should stay up tonight and do those emails. And I remember thinking, it's so late. I would love to go to bed though. I really want to go to bed. And then I was like, what if I did this launch different? What if I actually followed everything that made me feel excited about it and released the rest of it? And so what that meant was me getting really in tune with my energy. So what I did was I put down the emails. I sent no emails while I was starting to launch this new offer. Zero emails. And so if you were to lean into, let's say, a business coach and a strategist, they might be like, no, you need to be sending 10 emails over the course of XYZ. You need to be sending the initial one, then you need to send the reminder, then you need to send the follow up, then you need to use this hook, you need to use that one. And it's all of this you need to, you should do. And I'm not saying that doesn't work. It can work if it's in alignment with you, if that feels really good, to be very intentional about the emails that you're pulling together, something that would hook someone in to start to lean in and learn about something new. If that excites you, absolutely follow that. That is undoubtedly what makes things work, is because you believe it will work and because it's having you feel excited about it. Right. And so, what's beautiful is, let's say writing is not your forte. How amazing is it that we have these beautiful AI tools that can support us in creating copy that I hope you're looking at it and then tweaking it and having it be more of your own. But how beautiful is it that you get to be assisted in different ways if your soul desires, right? Again, it's about creating ease and flow through the process. So if writing emails does not feel like your jam, but there's a part of you that suddenly is like, you know what? I'm a little bit lit up by this. I really would like to start communicating to people in that way. There's these incredible souls that are, within reach. I want to talk to them in this way. How can I make that path exciting, right? Let's say you transition from being totally averse to emails to suddenly being, I would like to serve in that way. How can you make this exciting? How can you make this fun? Can you ideate with someone else? Can you hire a copywriter so that you have something to react to and that feels really good? Could you hire a VA that could then build the emails and actually deploy them? Because maybe that part feels heavy. Just really tune into what is feeling heavy about the launch and what is feeling exciting about the launch, and let yourself learn from that experience, right? The goal is to say, okay, here's what I learned. Here's what felt heavy. So I either put it down or I'm deciding to outsource this next time, because maybe it's something you have to do in order for it to actually move forward. Like, for instance, let's say you need to set up some sort of a payment processor so they can step in to a portal, right? So maybe for you, you're like, oh, that part feels heavy, but I know it's needed this time around. I'm going to do it. But what I'm learning through this launch is I'd like to outsource that next time, right? So you're learning from the launch every single time. Every time you do it is about following the path of highest excitement. Do you like your offer? Let's dial this back to the very beginning. Do you actually enjoy the thing that you're doing? Or do you feel like you should do that thing? That energy is not magnetic if we don't want to be there, right? People don't want to play with us on the playground. I remember having a program that I was launching, and I remember launching it and it was like crickets, like nothing was happening. And I remember being like, why is no one stepping in? What is going on? My energy is off. I'm shaming myself. I'm doing it wrong. And I realized I was launching it the way that my coach was telling me to launch it. And it wasn't actually in alignment with my soul. So the universe was blocking that success because it was basically saying, Christina, this is not how you like to launch. This is not how your soul is desiring to build and scale your business. You are staying up so late. You are pushing and grinding, and you're in an energy of lack. And that is not what your soul desires to be in now, in this present moment, and long term. Your soul desires for you to be in abundance. Your soul desires for you to be excited about the offer. And I just kept pushing it. I kept pushing it for, I don't even know, 6 months. And then finally someone purchased, and it was my mother. And I think she bought it for like $300. I don't even know. It was like some crazy Black Friday deal. And she was like, I feel bad for you. I love you. Here's money. And it was just like, oh my gosh, let me unpack what just happened, right? We learned so much from the quote unquote failed launch, and we learn so much from a launch that's beautifully successful as well. I find that we can learn from every single launch, but my goal with this podcast and with sharing this transmission right now is to actually save you some time, because the universe is going to reward you for being in the energy of abundance, for being excited, for being there, for being for actually desiring to put this beautiful work into the world, knowing it's going to change people's lives. It's like you can't not share it. It would be such a disservice to not share it. It would be like having the cure for some disease and like keeping it to yourself. It's like, no, you have to shout that from the rooftops. That could save someone's life and completely transform their entire life and their family's life. So that's how excited we get to be about our offers, is knowing that it can absolutely transform someone's life, and that it is, and that it's transforming your life, and it being work that you've leaned into and how you've seen it work in your own life, right? It's really powerful when we speak from an embodied perspective, right? It's the most powerful when we speak from an embodied perspective of like, I've done this and here's what netted out. And I've guided people through this and here's what netted out. And here's what's so exciting about it. And so it's really powerful when we, again, tune into our energy before, during, and after we launch something, right? Because the goal is we want to be excited about the thing that we're doing. We want to be excited about the way that we're doing it. And we also want to be excited about then delivering on the experience, right? We don't want to lose all of our momentum or use it all at the front, and then we have no juice left at the end to then be able to actually serve in that way. That's why we want to do it in an aligned way, because that is sustainable energy. That's energy that we can continue to lean into in a really beautiful way that allows us to then carry that forward and allow that to be a transmission to the people that have stepped into the space, that felt the energy from the beginning, that said, yes, I want to be there, and then stepped into the portal and then received that same energy. Because the goal is not just to say, have all the energy up front, transition that into what you're actually offering then. Get so excited about what you're doing and be so excited about actually serving in that way, right? That's the beauty of this entire experience, is going from launch all the way to sharing the service, all the way to then sharing about another way that someone could step in and continue on in that experience. Because my guess is if they step into a portal of yours that is then allowing them to have some sort of a massive transformation, when I do that, I want more. I'm like, whoa, that worked. What else do you have for me? Like, what's the next thing I want to step into? So when we find our people, when we find the way that they deliver in a way that soul resonance, in a way that feels aligned, I always want to keep leaning into their work. I'm like, I want to do more with you. So teach me more about how I can lean in. And then this entire cycle starts again. So it's about really tuning into the frequency of what is it that I'm actually starting to deliver. How am I launching? Does it feel exciting? What can I shift in real time? Am I shoulding myself or should nodding myself the entire time? And can I give myself grace through the process, that I'm learning, that I'm expanding, that I'm taking notes on what worked really well this time and what I desire to shift next time or outsource next time? What am I learning about this entire experience? So just know the launch can feel so good. And when it does, I guarantee that is going to be your most successful launch, is because you're so freaking excited about it. You're like, I have to shout this from the rooftops. It is such a disservice for me to not shout this from the rooftops. Like, please step into this medicine. That is magnetic. So this is your reminder that whatever it is that you're launching soon, whatever it is that you're selling soon, the energy that you're in when you are stepping into that space, when you are sharing about that space, when you are leaning into quote unquote marketing, your energy gets to be aligned with the way that you're doing it. It's not about the right or wrong way to market. Take this from someone who worked in marketing for 15 years at an agency. That's me. I studied marketing in college. I worked at an agency for 15 years. I studied the science behind marketing. And when I was taking all of those concepts and trying to copy and paste them into my business, it was like, why is this landing flat? It's like, oh, because I get to do it in alignment with my soul, because that is what's most magnetic. People are magnetized towards me, not magnetized towards a copy and pasted strategy that doesn't even feel like me, right? Because that's going to magnetizing people that aren't really in tune with your energy. If your energy is all over every single thing that you do and it's aligned and it feels good, that is what draws people in. We can feel it when we read written word and someone wrote that directly from their soul. You can feel that. Like when you are reading through someone's post or their newsletter or whatever it is, we feel the energy when we're like, this feels like poetry. This feels like they were just, this is a journal entry and like a peek inside of their soul. Like, I am so grateful for for the beautiful words that are pouring off of this page. And really, what I'm feeling is the energy behind the truth and the resonance of their truth being shared in this way, right? So we can feel it in written word, and we can also feel it when it lands really flat or when we're like, okay, this is definitely just AI. Like there's nothing in here that feels human. It's all emojis. It all just feels like a copy and pasted script. It's like, yes, it has all the elements. It's got the hook. It's got the CTA. It's got all the things that are there, but I don't feel drawn into it. I don't feel magnetized into the experience because I'm not feeling their heart and soul. So that's what I meant earlier by yes, lean into the tools of AI if that feels good, but have it be so uniquely you. Have it be something you're excited to share, right? So maybe it pulls together something and you're like, ooh, that feels so good. That is something that I would have written. That feels so aligned. I'm going to add in some more of my zhuzh that feels like me, but I'm excited to share this. This feels good. This feels like resonance. Then absolutely send that. That's magnetic. That's you being in the energy of this is aligned, right? So, however we get to that aligned state, doesn't matter. It's about, are you aligned with what you're sharing or are you just checking a box? If you're just checking a box, this will eventually land flat at some point. You will burn out. You will decide you don't want to do this anymore. You will sell something. You will sell the company. You will just be like, I don't want to do this. You couldn't pay me $1 million to do this anymore or 20 figures to do this anymore. Like my answer is no. That's how you know you've been doing it out of alignment, is when you realize you've been building something based on a certain strategy or based on a certain way of doing it. And people could offer you all the money in the world, and you're like, and I'm still a no. I'm still like, absolutely not. I'm not touching it with a 10-foot pole, right? That's how you know that what you've built hasn't been in alignment. So you want it to be completely in resonance with you. You want it to be something that lights your soul on fire, that gets you so damn excited to share it and scream it from the rooftops. And so this is your reminder that your energy matters when you are launching something, when you are selling something, when you are serving in some way, when you are stepping into a container and holding a beautiful high vibrational space. Your energy matters. So, how are you fostering your energy today such that you're able to serve in the way that you desire most? And when we live in alignment, it's so much easier to foster that beautiful energy because we're saying yes to the things that light us up, no to the things that don't light us up. And we are placing direct orders with the universe that says, when I say yes to something, Amazon slash God source universe, they're going to send me more of that. They're saying you are subscribing and saving to this experience. All right. Okay. So you're going to receive more of this because you told me it's a yes. And the same is also true. And you're going to receive less of this because you said it's a no. Now, if you're making these decisions out of alignment, you're unfortunately still going to get more of the thing you said yes to and less of the thing you said no to. So let's say you said yes to staying up late, no to going to bed. You're going to experience burning the midnight oil over and over again because you think that's what's required to get you to that next level version of success. Versus when you say, I am going to be in total resonance with this launch. I am so excited to share in the way that feels true to me. I'm so grateful to already feel the people, the souls that are stepping into this space. It feels so good to already serve them, to feel their energy in the container. And then all of a sudden they're in the container and now I get to serve. The universe is like, well, she wants more of that. Let's send her more aligned clients, more people that feel her frequency, more people that love leaning into her energy. Now you have a direct correlation between you being in your highest truth and you attracting the people that resonate with that truth. And now the universe is giving you more of that. So just be aware that you're consistently placing orders, you're manifesting 24/7. And so the energy that you're in is absolutely making an impact on the outcomes that you're receiving and how beautifully it translates into, again, what we talked about: sales, success, the people that we magnetize in, the way that we get to serve, and all of the above. So, I hope that you received something, some beautiful golden nugget in this space. If you did, I would be so grateful if you shared that 5-star review to just share about your experience of what it is that you received, that golden nugget. That is my prayer every single time that I step into every episode. I ground the energy in the space. I ask that every person who steps in here feels that beautiful high vibrational energy and they receive and are magnetized in towards the exact message and medicine that they're most meant to receive. So if that was you, I'm so grateful that you're here, that you are magnetized into the space. And I am so grateful to be connected to you in this way. So I'm sending you so much light and love. And until next time.